You see, last week I received a very good question on Instagram, and this question was, Johannes, what was the best advice that you received from one of your mentors as a young management consultant? And I thought about this question, and this is my answer for you. Before we talk about what the best advice is that I ever received at the beginning of my career, let's talk a little bit how a career in management consulting works. And if you want to have a successful career in management consulting, in my opinion, it's all about having the right preparation. And this means, first of all, that you prepare to get invited. So this means that you learn about the consulting industry, also that you create the prerequisites that you need in order to get invited by the firms. This means that you have the right academic background, that you develop a great and interesting personality, also that you have some practical experiences that are valuable for the company. Step number 2 is that you prepare for the interviews, that you prepare for the offer. And this means that you put in the work, that you put in the hours, and that you learn how to solve case studies, how to provide the right answers in interviews, how to solve brain teasers, and so on. And then stage number 3 is that you prepare for your consulting career by learning all of the necessary consulting skills like Excel, like PowerPoint, like problem solving, like communication, organization, and so on. So these are the 3 main stages of preparation that you need to master at the beginning of your career to make it into consulting, and also to have very successful first years in consulting. Now, what is the big question now? The big question is, what advice or what is the best advice that I received at that stage where I was right at the beginning of my career? And I talk about this very often, but at the beginning of my consulting career, when I decided, okay, I want to join the consulting industry, I fulfilled none of the prerequisites. So I was still studying music at that time. I had only, average grades. I didn't have a management background. I had no relevant practical experiences. I knew nothing about Excel, PowerPoint, and so on. And I've never even heard about solving case studies. So I was really right at the beginning. And, if you would have asked someone who the least likeliest person is to join the consulting industry, it would have probably been me. Nevertheless, I put in the work, I put in the hours, and over the years, I mastered these 3 stages of preparation. And one of the reasons why I actually mastered them was one discussion that I had with one of my mentors back then. You see, when I decided I wanted to join the consulting industry, I started reading a lot, and I also started reading about personal development. And through that personal development, or these personal development books, I got in contact with some people who were pretty active in this field. And one of these people became my mentor. And I asked him, okay, I want to make a career in management consulting, but I know nothing about consulting. What can I do? And the advice that this person gave me really changed my life. And the advice was that you have to invest in yourself, that you have to invest in your skills. And this is really, something that I took by heart and that I really tried to implement. And, if I have to trace back my career, or if I have to look, for the one reason why I have the career that I have and why I achieve what I achieve, it's basically because I made it a habit to really strongly invest in myself, to invest in my skills, and this became one of the most important things for me, and still is one of the most important things. So let's talk about what you can invest in if I talk about investing in yourself. First of all, of course, you need to invest the time. So this is the most valuable good that you have at the beginning of your career. So this means that you need to invest the time in order to master these 3 stages. So really be aware that, of course, joining a highly competitive industry like the consulting industry, this requires a lot of time. Of course, we all like to, spend time with our friends, hanging around, making party, and so on. But, be aware that in order to create the prerequisites that you need in order to get invited, to solve case interviews, to learn consulting skills, you need to invest a lot of time. And this is the first commitment that you should do, that you invest a lot of time in order to prepare for your career. Also, you need to invest in yourself by reading books, for example. I made a habit to read 1 to 2 books every single week. Of course, I listen also to a lot of audiobooks. This is also what I include in my book list. So this helps you to read books very fast. But nevertheless, this is also very important. So read about the consulting industry, read about management, read about topics that you are interested in. And we're not talking about, fantasy novels or something like that. We're really talking about business books that, widen your horizon and really help you to learn more. Also, you should invest, of course, in people and in your network. This is very important. It's crucial, that you hang around with people, who inspire you, with people who bring value to you. There's nothing wrong about, having friends, that are not as driven as you are or not as business oriented as you are. But I really would take care of, who you spend time with, because this will have a huge impact on your life. So invest in the right network, try to meet people who already work in consulting, try to connect with people who already are where you are, and then try, to build relationships with them, because this will have a huge impact on yourself. Of course, you can also invest in courses, in seminars, in masterminds, and so on. And this is definitely something that I did. So I invested a lot of money in, PowerPoint courses, in Excel courses, in mastermind groups to, get in touch with mentors. This is also really important that you make this kind of commitment to invest in yourself, to invest in your skills, because this is certainly, the fastest way to get to valuable knowledge. And of course, last but not least, invest the time to find a mentor, to learn something new every single day. This is very important. So try to find people who you actively admire and then try to learn with them, from them as much as possible. So this is what I did as well at the very beginning of my career, and this helped me within only, from the moment where I decided, okay, I wanted to join the consulting industry, to the moment where I am now, where I received offers to join the consulting industry from the large consulting firms, large strategy firms. There were like 4 years. This was the time that it took for me. And this was really, these were 4 years of heavy investments in myself, in my skills. And, still now this really, really pays off, because I created that habit to invest in myself, to learn something new every single day. So this is my takeaway for today. So if you would ask me what was the best advice that I received in my entire life, it would be certainly the advice that you have to invest in yourself in order to become who you want to be. With that being said, if you liked the video, then please leave a thumb up. Also subscribe to this channel if you want to learn more about how to be successful in management consulting. And with that being said, I wish you a very successful day. Talk to you tomorrow. Goodbye, Johannes.